Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I had a holy shit this gun sucks moment. So today I wanted to take an AK-47 out to a 300-yard range and see what type of grouping I would get. And this one over here is my normal beater, all right? This is the one that I usually travel around with to train people. And this one over here is the one I kind of keep as the good one, okay? Now one of the differences is that this has the stamps from the Romanian army on it. There's like a little triangle with an arrow pointing up over here. Actually, I'll show it to you right here. I don't know if we can get a focus, but yeah, that little triangle over there with the arrow pointing up where my index finger is. Okay, that means that this thing has been inspected and approved by the Romanian army, okay? So this one, I had shot it in the past. I thought I had gotten a decent group on it, and I kind of put that one to the side. I had the 503G on this, which has the ACSS reticle, and this was going to be like my distance shooting AR. This one over here, initially, the first couple of times I took it out, I wasn't too impressed with the accuracy, and at the time I did have a side-mounted scope on it. At some point, I put the scope over the gas tube, and I was able to take this out to 200 yards, and I was able to hit like a nice 3-inch group at 200 yards. And I'm like, wow, this is a great gun now. So I'm thinking that gun must be even better. Now, mind you, a lot of times there's an issue of just finding the right ammunition, because a lot of this AK ammo sometimes, you can, even if you're ordering ammunition from the same company, they produce it in different lots. You can have one lot that's just better than another. I've seen that type of inconsistency over the years. Okay, so my goal today was to take this gun here with the 503G on it, the ACSS reticle, out to 300 yards. And I said, you know what, let me just confirm my zero before I start driving. So I took this out to 100 yards, and this shit's like all over the place. I mean, I'm hitting up here, and then I tried a different ammunition. I'm shifting over here. I said, let me bring this into 50 yards, right? So I brought it in from 100 yards to 50 yards, and then at 50 yards, my grouping is like this wide over here, right? From here all the way out to here, and I'm like, okay, this gun really sucks. I don't know why, but right now it's like completely sucking. What I suspect may have happened is because the way this system works, the optic is mounted onto this top rail, and the top rail is mounted onto the bottom rail, and the bottom rail is basically clamped onto the barrel. So there's a lot of things that are connected to each other where something might become loose, as opposed to, let's say, an AR design where the optic just goes on your upper receiver, which is connected to the barrel. So there's less possible points of failures on an AR. So I suspect that one of these connecting points has come loose, and I don't feel like taking this gun apart today, because it is a pain in the ass to take this thing apart one at a time. Everything's Loctited, and so I'm not gonna mess with that today. I said, all right, let's go to this one over here, and I took this one out 200 yards, and I mean, bingo. I mean, where's my tape measure? Oh, where's my tape measure? Don't run my tape measure out. Give me a minute. All right, so we got here a 2-inch group at 100 yards, okay, with that AK. And this is, like I said, this is a beater. This is a gun that, since I mounted this scope, I think that when I first mounted it, it did come loose, like within like a month or so. Then I took it apart, retightened everything up, put Loctite on everything, and it's been going like for about 2 years now without me having to tighten anything up. And yeah, it's doing pretty good. I'm just gonna adjust up a little bit and to the right. I'll go like whatever. I'll go like 4 up and 2 to the right before I start driving out there. So I'm glad I decided to confirm my zero, because it really would have sucked to go out there with this gun, because there's no way this thing would have been able to hit anything after 300 yards. Whereas this thing, we should get some nice hits on target. Now, it will be interesting to see, because here's the thing: if I got 2 inches here, that at 100 yards, that means that 200 yards I should have 4 inches, and at 300 yards I should have 6 inches. Okay, that's what I should have theoretically. It doesn't always work out that way, and we'll see how that works out. It normally doesn't. I mean, usually there is a there is a loss of efficiency as you go further out with most guns, where it doesn't just perfectly scale up like that. But we'll see what this gun does. Hopefully it doesn't stop pouring, because if the weather's gonna stay clear, I'm planning to start driving out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. But yeah, this was like a holy shit moment for me today. It's like, I thought I had like a great gun over here that was like, this AK was all set up, with the ACSS here, it's shoot at distance, and it turned out to be a hot mess, man. This is the one that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swap these when I get back here. This one is gonna become the beater, where I'm gonna try and debug this and try to get a better group on this, and this one's gonna now become the good one that's gonna basically go into my safe, and only I'm going to shoot this one. And interesting, like I said, this is the one that has the stamped markings from the Romanian army. This one does not. Okay, it doesn't mean that it's any less. It just means that it was never inspected by the Romanian army. Just because they just never got to them. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you soon. Drop some comments below. Let me know what you guys think and what your experiences are with your AKs.